Hi, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining our Meet the Team webinar. Today on the call, we're going to be going through the community team and the Automation Institute team, introducing ourselves, talking a little bit about recent updates and what's in store, and taking any questions that you have. If you do have any questions as we're going through today's session, please feel free to put them into the Q&A box. Or if you have any questions that pop up after the fact, you can always reach out to us at community@workato.com or put any questions in the community chat community on the actual systematic community itself. Okay, and please stay tuned towards the end of the webinar today because we'll be doing a little bit of a tease for some of the giveaways that we're running right now. So if you're interested in potentially earning some prizes for your participation, stick around and you can learn more about that as well. I'm just going to jump right into things. So what's on the agenda today? So we're going to be introducing ourselves really quickly just so you can get to know us, talk about the new systematic community that launched this Monday. We'll do the Automation Institute year in review, training updates, and then we'll be taking Q&A. So I'm going to kick things off by introducing myself. Hi, my name is Melanie Giuliani. I am the Senior Community Programs Manager for the Systematic Community. I was brought on at Workato back in September to help orchestrate the move over to the new platform. So we just made the move this Monday. It's official, it's public now. And I'm really, really excited to take you through some of the updates and really highlight the great work that the team has done. It's really awesome stuff. And I will pass things over to Mary.
Hey everyone, I'm Mary Hodges. I'm the community manager for Systematic Plus, and I've been working with Workato and the larger Systematic community for a little over 3 years. So I was able to see our evolution from a Google Groups to where we are now, 8,000 plus members. So I'm really excited to dive into some of the exciting programming that we have stored for you guys, and also some of the fun updates.
Hi, everyone. I'm Megan, and I am your Workato Pros moderator. I have been managing that sub-community for about a year and joined Workato about a year ago as well. And it has just been so awesome to bring everything together and have this Workato Pros community be part of the larger systematic group.
Thanks, Megan. Okay, moving on to the Automation Institute team.
Hi, everyone. My name is Julian Clement, and I joined Workato about 8 months ago to work with Kevin on really expanding our certification and education program, trying to work on getting into higher education, working with students, as well as expanding the category course creation that we have. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later as well.
And hi, everyone. My name is Kevin Curlin. I'm the Senior Manager of Product Learning and Education. I've been at Workato since January of 2020, just before everything got hit by the pandemic. So it's been a wild ride, but happy to review some of the things that we've done pretty recently, as well as give you sort of a brief overview of all the content that we've built up since the beginning.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay, so we want to kick things off by just showing you a little video that is an overview for the systematic community. Let me just quickly make sure that I am sharing my audio. Can you guys hear that?
No, I'm sorry.
Sorry, hold on one second.
It always gets you. You forget about it at the
I
beginning,
know.
and then it, ruins the whole flow, the whole vibe.
Let me just
Not
try
today.
it. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, it's not letting me do it. Okay, let's just move forward then to the next slide. Okay, so I will share the link to that video with the recording. It's just an overview of everything that we have done in the community, just some cool updates and features that are available for you. But going into the benefits of the new community. So essentially, we wanted to accomplish three major goals here. We want to allow all of our users to connect, learn, and grow. So the crux of that is really connecting with other users who are in enterprise automation and business technology, learning more about automation, best practices, the Workato product itself, and the industry, and growing your career and establishing a brand for yourself within the community. And if you look to the right there, we've got a whole bunch of features and programs that support those 3 goals. Including new features like ranks and badges that are available on your profile, special events and programming. One example would be Systematic Fest and all of the events that we are doing this week to promote the launch. We have a new business systems job board that will help automation professionals and those that are hiring connect and grow their careers that way. Public searchable answers to technical questions. So all of our information on the Workato Pro side of things is now indexed by Google. So you can easily search for anything within the community from Google itself, and it's public and you don't even have to log in. We also have a new Q&A functionality that will allow for solutions to be more easily found and located within the community. So that's great as well. And then product announcements and product feedback as well. So, those are some of the new things that you can expect on the Systematic community, and just overarching goals for what we'd like you guys to experience when you're on the site. So now Megan is going to take you guys through Workato Pros specifically. So there are 2 sides of the community. There's the Systematic community is the entire community itself. That includes the Systematic Welcome Lounge, which is open to everyone. That has things like Workato news and events. It's got a community chat community to talk about community and programming around community. And it's also got the Biz Systems job board that you can access there as well. Then there's the Workato Pro section, which is our public and Google searchable side of things that has all information for Workato practitioners. Issue problem solving, best practices all around Workato itself. And then the other half of the community is Systematic Plus, which is a private vendor neutral space for people within business technology to talk about automation as a whole and strategy and network with each other and things along those lines. So first we're going to go into Workato Pros, and Megan's going to give you an overview on that. And then we'll jump into Systematic Plus and tell you a little bit more about that part of the community. Okay, Megan, you can go ahead and take it away.
Perfect. Thank you, Melanie. Hi again, everyone. Like I said, so excited for all of the changes we've made in this community. Workato Pros, formerly known as Automation Pros, for those of you that have been with us for that long. This is the discussion or the forum where you can talk shop with all of the Workato users. You will find the main Workato Pros discussion board, which houses verified answers to users' technical questions, unique use cases from a lot of our customers, recipe insights, advice, so much more. You'll also find our embedded discussion board, which, as you probably guess, is dedicated to our Workato Embed customers. We also have the Automation Institute board, which we will cover more on shortly, and Workato Pros FAQs. That's where you're going to find things like best practices. And lastly, we also have exclusive events that we post about. Nothing short of happy hours, product talks, Automation Pro training sessions and certification sessions, all very exciting things. And then I also just wanted to take a moment to call out our Workato Wire newsletter. It is published monthly on LinkedIn, and it's just a quick digest that's great for any Workato Pro to have as an additional resource. We feature new content every month, really. It's always a little bit different, but you'll most often find industry news, Workato events, product updates, and just a whole lot of other good stuff. If you are interested in checking out the latest edition or you want to subscribe, you can find it on Workato's LinkedIn page. And now I will let Mary tell you about our other side of the Systematic community.
Thanks, Megan.
Oh, thanks, Megan. I just wanted to really quickly, so we got a question in the Q&A. If there are any other sub-communities that'll be coming to the Workato Pros section, and the answer to that is yes. So we are working on building out some more granular communities so that information doesn't get overcrowded in the main Workato Pros discussion board and that things are really easy to find. So we're currently in discussion about doing a partner network specifically aimed at our partners, and then potentially doing a community around connectors as well. And we will continue to look to build that infrastructure out. So if you have any suggestions for communities you'd like to see or different types of conversations you'd like to see parsed out, please let us know and we'll consider that and discuss that with the wider business. Sorry about that, Mary. Okay, going over to you and
Well, you're all
Systematic
good.
Plus.
Awesome. Thank you. You just go to the next. Awesome. So first question, how do you join Systematic? Like Melanie said, this is the exclusive part of the larger Systematic community, just like before. So we make sure that everyone is vetted before entering this community. We want to make sure that it remains tactical and there's no sales pitches or salespeople. So if you're new and you want to join the Systematic Plus community, there is a short form. It only takes about a minute to fill out. And then our team will review it and then let you into the community. This is a way that we can make sure that everyone in the community is centered around BT, ops, and automation professions. Next. And what goes on in the Systematic community? Honestly, a lot. Primarily, it's going to be a lot of discussions. Every community member has the ability to start their own conversation, respond to a thread, and to keep the convo going. Some of our biggest events are webinars. Every quarter, we host a series that focuses on a different automation or BT principle. Right now, we're going through our automation integration series. So this comprises of 3 webinars, an in-person event, an AMA, and Ask Me Anything, and a collaborative article. So the Systematic community is definitely centered around helping BT professionals level up in their career. So a lot of the activities that we have going on are awesome leadership opportunities for you to kind of put yourself out there, try something new. And that can be in the form of thought leadership opportunities. We have a content series called Level Up Your Career, where I interview different people in the Systematic Plus community to highlight the amazing work they've done, maybe unconventional backgrounds, and to really just highlight the community members and all the awesome work that they do. In the community, we also have some exclusive opportunities for you to get plugged in, whether that be in our vendor evaluation hub, where you can discuss different qualifications for vendors, vetting them out, and you're going to be getting responses from other BT professionals, so you know that it's information that you can trust, because these are the people who are doing the same thing that you do day in and day out. We also have our job board. So if you are looking for your next position, or if you have an open role in your team, make sure you check that out and share it with your network if you have anyone who is looking for a BT role. Our in-person events can range from really lively discussions and debates to fun happy hours and networking events. So you definitely want to stay tuned. Take a look at our events board and make sure that you are plugged into the events that matter to you.
Great. And I just want to mention really quickly before we jump into the Automation Institute community. As we mentioned, the Systematic Plus community is private. So if you are interested in seeing if you qualify and potentially applying for membership, you can just head to the Systematic Plus section of the community. There will be a little message there letting you know that you don't have access and pointing you to the form where you can request it. So if you're interested, go check that out, fill out the form, and then our team will review it. And if you are eligible, we'll grant you access. Okay, so moving on to the Automation Institute community. Julian, did you want to say a little bit about that?
Yeah, let's do it. So very excited about this new Automation Institute community. For the longest time, the 5 of us and many others at Workato were sitting around and like, why don't we get Automation Institute more integrated with the community. So it is here finally. There's a section around Automation Institute for discussions for things like the Systematic Launch Certification Drive, which you can see here. We'll talk a little bit about the prizes, but really a place to ask questions, a place to connect with other people that are learning, just like you might be in Automation Institute. So a quick year in review. Our mission really is becoming the place to start and grow your career in enterprise automation and using Workato. You can see we had a ton of credentials awarded this year. Huge kudos to Kevin and his team for creating a lot of that content. You can see just a quick highlight. Kevin will go more in depth on some of the product specific courses that we've come out with, like the SDK connector Workato for Enterprise. And we've also started to do these category training courses that are really our aim of saying, hey, look, like not everything has to be Workato specific, and everyone uses a whole slew of different tools. So something like marketing process automation is getting a way to understand this not only within the Workato ecosystem, but something that you can apply externally to other apps and tools as well. You can see we have tons of learners from a bunch of different countries, so it's really expanding global. It was an exciting year for us. What are our learners saying? I particularly like the second one, everything. I didn't know anything before I began, and now I can create a recipe. I mean, does it get much better than that? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
And then another cool launch we had this year was this Workato credential directory. So think of this as a place where not only can you showcase the credentials you've earned through Automation Institute, but you can also see a bunch of other people who have the same credentials as you, or if you need to hire someone that has an expertise in a certain area, this is going to be the place for that. So it's a great place to kind of showcase your skills, but also to find talent. So like I said, we kind of have started this initiative around category courses, and we're calling it Making Workato a Career. We have this lovely, beautiful sounding acronym called MWAC internally. And it really is this idea that we want to kind of expand these offerings beyond just product here. So I talked about marketing process automation a little bit. Scott Brinker is headlining this course. It is incredible. The team did an amazing job putting this together. And it talks about event automation and a whole slew of other things. And again, it's something that you could apply to HubSpot, you could apply to Marketo, you could apply to all these other tools kind of as well as Workato. And another exciting announcement from the lovely MWAC team, we have an enterprise automation certification coming. So this is at the core of really what Workato does, right? Is this enterprise automation idea. We have some experts from our own org, as well as some kind of industry experts like Priya. This is going to be a great certification. It's going to be kind of foundational for people that are starting to use Workato, but also starting to understand enterprise and enterprise automation at large. So really excited. We're kind of figuring out the date for when this is going to be launched. But if you head over to this landing page, which we'll be sure to link after, you can pre-register for it so you can get notified for when it goes live. So you can take it, you can send it to your team to take it, and kind of go from there.
Cool.
Pass it over to you, Kevin.
Kevin, yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, thanks for having me on. Happy to be part of the MWAC team. Just rolls off the tongue. It would be great if I could go ahead and grab that screen just so I could give a tour of Automation Institute.
Of course, yeah.
Thank you very much. So I wanted to share with you some of the new content that we have, but also just give you a brief history of the content that Workato specifically has been making for Workato technical contents for a few years now. This is the Systematic Welcome Lounge. Absolutely beautiful. I'm sure it's going to go through a little bit more user experience evolution. But on the right-hand side, we have Automation Institute. This will probably be the quickest way that you could get over to the academy here. So we have lots of content. It can feel overwhelming. This is why I'm here. I'm going to give you a little tour around. Our most popular course, if you're interested in just learning about Workato as a tool, which will definitely help you in your IT career would be to go to the Automation Pro certificates. And our most popular course by far is Automation Pro 1. This is the one that will teach you how to build a recipe in Workato very, very quickly. This is what we call a catalog page. It has a subset of different tiles that you could click on. Not every tile is a course, but eventually you will get to a course where it will start to show you content. It will start to give you a learn path where you can really get an idea of how to understand what the course is trying to teach you. If we come back over to the home page, we have a whole lot of other course catalog pages, including the connector SDK. This is a very popular subject area for a lot of Workato users because it shows how to make a connector when there isn't already one commercially available through the product. So it's a great resource area to go through that we've recently put together that hopefully satisfies a lot of the developers' instincts to be able to create something on their own. We also have Workato for Enterprise. This is aimed at making sure that larger organizations that decide to use Workato are able to roll out Workato in a democratic way to their extended teams to make sure that they're utilizing Workato as best they can amongst their entire organization. A few new courses that we came out with, things like task optimization, that's a very key topic. Continuous value reporting, what's the return on investment on using Workato? And things like building your automation teams. How do you kind of decentralize and democratize the use of Workato in a way that is secure? But let's say you don't care about any of that. You just want to take some training. You're a Workato user. You're trying to figure out how to use it. That's what the training library is for. So skip all the way that we tried to organize it before. If you wanted to just search to see what was here, like for instance, all search recipes in the search field, you could see all of the lessons and modules associated within Automation Institute just in the easy consumable listed out way. Let's say I'm a beginner and it doesn't matter to me the rest of the advanced courses or anything like that. I could just choose all tiles that are relevant to me to learning Workato from a beginner perspective. And I don't have a whole lot of time. I don't have more than like an hour to be able to apply to the training. I just want to consume something quick. That's what this length filter is for. I could click that and you can see there's very quick and easy to consume videos that may not even require you logging in through your Workato application profile in order to consume. So very handy resource, no matter what type of learner you are or how much time you have committed to being able to learn how to use Workato. So that kind of gives you an idea of the evolution of Automation Institute as we come up to today. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it back over to Melanie.
That was awesome. Thank you, Kev. It was really cool to see that all in action. Okay, so heading back.
We have a
to
question in
our-
the Q&A, Melanie.
Yeah.
Can anyone post on the job board?
Yeah. So whether you're looking for a job or you have a job opening at your company, either way, please feel free to post there. We really want to just work to connect people. So we don't want to limit it. If as long as you are, in automation in the industry and you're either looking for or a job or looking to hire, yeah, more than welcome to post there. And we actually encourage it. And yeah, we are opening for questions now. I did see that we had another one in there as well. How have you seen the Automation Institute certifications help people with their job?
So we get a lot of feedback, as Julian had shown, that they say it helps out a lot in being able to use and utilize recipes very quickly. We also have a lot of data to suggest that people who do go through our Automation Institute programs end up utilizing Workato quite a bit more. So those are at least a couple of indicators off the top of my head. But Julian, I don't know if you had any other thoughts on that.
Yeah, I spoke to someone today who got their Pro 3 certification, and I went on LinkedIn and I was like, congrats, amazing accomplishment. And they were like, hey, do you mind if I give a little bit of like feedback on this? And I was like, yeah, sure. So we booked some time and chatted with Haris today, and he had some really good feedback for the course, but he was also saying how he was like, I'm a partner. And, in this org, having this kind of like 3 different levels of certificates here has really helped me advance my career, right? And kind of get from, where I was when I started into kind of a more technical role. So not to say that it was, the catalyst for it, but it certainly was a big help in advancing this person's career. And we see that a lot through the feedback and through talking with people.
Awesome. Thanks, Julian. So just a reminder, if you do have any questions, it's the Q&A box on the right-hand side of your screen where you can enter them in, and we'll continue collecting them. I saw a couple more just came in. So what is the coolest thing you've seen in the community? Ooh, Mary, Megan, do you guys have any anecdotes you can share?
I think it's really cool to see people, like, I guess, again, level up their career within the community. We've seen a lot of first-time CIOs, first-time people managers asking questions, and basically getting that sort of mentorship aspect from other community members. So that has been really rewarding to see personally, and also to see people take up leadership opportunities, really put themselves out there, whether that be through an article or being interviewed or leading a session at our conference. So I think that would have to be one of my favorite aspects of the community.
For me in Workato Pros, I mean, I just love seeing people bounce ideas off of each other. Kind of to what we were talking about earlier, we've had some customers and some Workato users just post ideas that they have or feedback that they have. And more oftentimes than not, we're actually working on those types of things. So it's really cool to see that our users and our customers really care about the product, and that they're really like digging deep and getting really creative with how they can use Workato, and to know that on our side that their needs are being met is really, really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you guys both. Okay, what kind of in-person events do you have, and can I get certified in person?
Yes, I could jump in on that. So we have been focusing a lot in the previous year with trying to expand our in-person training programs. By and large, this is actually virtual instructor-led training programs, which are available as an option if you go to the Automation Pro 1 and Pro 2 course catalog pages. It's available as a format. It will ask you if you want to learn virtual instructor-led. That said, we are expanding public-led sessions in places like Singapore, and we hope to expand that the options of being able to provide that in different locations in the coming year.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. I didn't realize that. And then also in addition, we do have community events for the Systematic Plus side of things that Mary had mentioned earlier, primarily taking place in the Bay Area right now, but we're looking at the potential to expand that in the future. So if you're interested in having, live events take place in your area, please reach out, let us know. We're happy to take feedback. And if it makes sense, we can, look into actually holding them there as well. Okay, next question. Can you explain how I can top the leaderboard? Yes. So on the community, we have ranks and badges, which I mentioned briefly earlier. Those are both new features. Once we've moved to the new platform Khoros that we're on now, that's when all of those became available. So essentially, badges are earned by performing key tasks in the community. So for instance, getting a response marked as correct, or creating an original thread, or things along those lines, like big actions in the community will earn you badges. But then we also have a ranking system in place, and that's fed entirely by points. And points are earned by pretty much doing anything in the community. So viewing stuff, liking, kudoing, sending, connecting with other users, all of that type of stuff all feeds into the ranking system. And because Workato works based on recipes, we have structured the ranking system in the community to be based on a kitchen. So you start off as a sous chef, you work your way all the way up to a celebrity chef, which is our highest rank. And as you advance along the ranking, you'll have those ranks appear next to your name. And the leaderboard is similarly fed by key actions in the community. So we have two leaderboards right now. One is for top kudoed authors, and the other is for top solution authors. So if your responses get a whole bunch of likes, or if you are providing correct answers to questions that other users have asked in the community, you can level up on the leaderboard and see where you measure up against other people. Right now, I think Julian is one of our top kudoed authors. So we have a celebrity on the phone with us today. But yeah,
Not a
as
big
things
deal.
as things start to get more active, you'll start seeing people, level up and advance on that leaderboard on the homepage. Okay, and then last question we have here, what's your favorite part of working with the community? I mean, for me personally, I've decided to make community my career, and the reason for that is because it's just such a great way to connect with others. When I first started on in the tech world, I was like a social media manager, which I liked because you got to connect with other people. But once I moved over to community, I saw that you can really establish connections with people, help them to advance their careers, help them to get help with things that, they deal with in their everyday job, and just connect with people from all over the world in a really unique and interesting way. And having that sense of community when you sign on every morning and coming to a site where people are active and engaging and creating relationships and doing all that fun stuff is really really rewarding and fulfilling, and I love it so much. Does anyone else want to chime in on that question?
I mean, I agree with you. I think that it's really amazing to have a community full of people that can bond over something. And, all of the information is out there, all of the resources are available to us, and we can learn on our own. But it's really special to be able to go through it and have people that you can bounce ideas or issues off of. It's really special and really cool to see people get to know each other and collaborate and fuel each other's creativity.
I want to second what Megan said. I think the people are the most exciting part of being a part of a community. So it's really fun to see other people interact that they maybe would not interact with on a regular basis. You have people starting out in their career who get to meet and talk with people who are C-levels or execs, and get to again bounce around ideas and also just connect people. I think at the end of the day, a lot of these community members are just looking for like-minded people to grow in their careers, to challenge each other and share ideas. And so being able to provide that for other people is my favorite part of working in community.
Awesome, thank you guys. Yeah, it's great. I'm big fan. Okay, so I think that's all the questions that we have right now. As I mentioned before, if you do have any questions that pop up as you get into the community and you start clicking around, please feel free to reach out. You can reach us at the community team at community@workato.com. You can email any of us individually, or you can head to the community chat community and ask a question there. On the Automation Institute side, we also have a community there where you can ask any questions. And Julie and Kevin, is there any other way that they can get in touch with you guys?
Well, we also have the alias training@workato.com that goes directly into me and Julian's inbox. So any questions or feedback, of course, we're listening to it via that domain as well.
Perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I would say if you have questions, it's likely that other people have the same questions. And so the beauty of a community is being able to kind of have questions, get them answered, and then provide those answers to people down the road that might have the same answer. So I would say definitely start there. And if you don't get it answered or need something a little bit more urgently, definitely shoot us an email.
Great. Okay. So before we close out today, I just wanted to really quickly promote our Systematic Fest, which you've probably seen across the community already if you've been there. Essentially, to make a splash with the launch that we did on Monday, we scheduled out 10 days of community programming for each business day following the launch. So it'll be taking place this week and next week. And we're doing lots of fun stuff. For instance, this webcast. We're also doing things like polls and Ask Me Anything. And we also have 2 giveaways that are part of our Systematic Fest programming. One is just a general registration giveaway. So that is for anyone that registers to the community and then introduces themselves in our Introduce Yourself thread to introduce themselves to their other community members. Anyone that does both of those things up through February 15th will be entered into a sweepstakes where they can have the potential to win $25 gift cards. We're giving 3 of those away. Then we're also doing a certification drive with the Automation Institute team, where if you register for the community and earn your certification by the 16th, we're giving away one $100 gift card and then a whole bunch of other fun prizes to anyone that completes that. They'll be entered into the sweepstakes for those. So if you're interested in potentially earning some cash or some fun prizes, please register, please get certified, just participate in any way you can. We would love to see you guys out there. We're really excited about this launch, and we really just want to see what you guys think and see whether, you have any feedback and whether you're getting the answers to your questions you need, all of that fun stuff. So let us know. And thank you for joining today. It's really great to be able to introduce ourselves and share all of our hard work. And we hope to see you out in the community. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.